the
PE teacher.
PE teacher of the Craig Middle School, and we're here to ask him a couple of questions about the shutdown of the North Wing. Does the shutdown affect you and your classes at all?
It does some. I mean, ideally, you'd like to be able to have, basically what we don't have access to is the locker rooms.
Lockers.
And then the fitness room. So it impacts us some, but it's not for a long time, so we can improvise and make it work.
Do you still have access to your office?
Just on an as-needed basis. I mean, if there's something very important, I can go in there, but I can't stay long, and definitely no students in there.
Yeah. Are you allowed behind the gates?
No. Unless I need to go to my office, then that's behind the gates, and I can go in there, but just to get important stuff.
Is the gym have any structural issues?
No, the gym's good. It's been here for a long time, because it's went along with the old building, so it's structurally sound.
Yeah. Does it affect the gym classes at all?
Well, what we've had to do is the kids just wear their PE shirts, and then because they can do that in the bathroom, or they can just pull their PE shirts over the top of their street clothes.
Yeah.
And we allow them. Basically, what we're requiring is a PE shirt and good gym shoes.
Yeah.
Usually, we require them to wear shorts, but for I think it's been 7 days, 8 days now. We allow them to wear jeans or whatever they wear to school.
Do you plan on having the building fixed?
What's that?
Do you plan on getting back to regular gym when we come back from
Yeah,
Christmas break?
that's what I've been told, is that we'll be able to get back and access everything after Christmas break.
Yeah. Has any of your equipment been, or have you lost the use of any of your equipment?
Well, some, but I think probably most of it's just the fitness room equipment, which we try to use. We would have been using during this time, but that's it's not a major deal.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
I have a couple more questions. I was wondering, were you a little upset that they didn't really have a proper building inspection after they built the new school, or?
Oh, not necessarily upset. I mean, things happen, and I think we just need to be flexible. They did the best they knew how, and then somewhere along the line there was a mistake made, but that happens.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
So let me look at
Mr. Bolton of the CMS Band. That's Craig Middle School, Moffett County School District. We're here to ask him about the closing of the North Wing. So we were just wondering, is the classes affected in any way by the shutdown? Or?
We had a little bit of an impact just on the day that we had to move. But as far as our ability to rehearse and our ability to create music and our ability to learn, I don't think it's had much lasting impact other than the day we've had to move in. For me, as far as bookkeeping and keeping track of things and having a phone to use and a desk to sit at, but those are kind of secondary to what we're really doing here. So I would say that it was probably okay. I mean, we're dealing with it pretty well. We're looking to get back into the other side here in just a few days.
So we were just wondering, were you notified at all of the shutdown before they closed it?
Yeah, Mr. Tuvey called me Sunday night before they had us move, and he said, "John, you need to come down and you need to take a look at what you need, because they're closing this end of the building off to students until we can get some things fixed." Caught me by surprise. I was a little nervous when I came down to the school. I thought somebody had broken in, or I just had all kinds of things going on in my head, and I took care of some things early that Monday morning. So I had some head start on it.
Does it scare you that we've been in this building for 3 years now, and they just now found a structural issue with this side of the building when we've been learning and not?
No, I haven't. I haven't been worried really about it. I've thought about it. I especially started thinking about it after, I knew that the Meeker School had closed down and Neenah had constructed their building. I just wondered in passing if there was any issues with our building. my trust was in the fact that these buildings have to be inspected at a local and state level before they can be turned over to the public. So my pipe dream was that they would have inspected it, found everything good, and we're good to go. Apparently some things fell through the cracks. So, but worried, no, not worried.
So, was there any equipment that was lost during the move, or
Yeah.
no? So, do you expect to be back in the band room on the date they gave us, or?
I expect so. I was kind of hanging out with the guys that are going to be doing the work, and it sounds like the refitting is going to be pretty minor. They're not going to have to tear the roof off or tear the walls down. You know, there might be some holes drilled, some things cut, and things welded and refixed, but the kind of structural repair they're talking about, I really truly believe is just to bring it up to code. Doesn't necessarily mean it's not safe. Code is generally established to where there's no doubt about its safety. You know, our safety zone, there's quite a bit of things that we can do below code that are still safe, but code is established to make it, you know, obviously best case scenario for us. They don't usually set code at the bare minimum. It's usually set far above that so that we can sleep at night.
Yeah.
So, and that's the only concern I had is why did it pass inspection and get turned over to the school district with structural flaws?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, so, yeah, well, unless Dean has any more questions, I think we're good, so, thanks.
You're welcome.
Just like that, but a little bigger. Okay,
So,
so back to the you had just asked me about this inspection, and we met the requirements as they were presented to us at the time. So yes, the building met the inspection requirements when it was open, but through a analytical review, a quantitative and a qualitative review, as a result of learning that there were issues with other buildings built by the same company that built our building. Right, that we decided to do a thorough plan review. So we took our voluminous document of plans, blueprints, if you will, and asked an independent engineering company to go through those in detail. And they uncovered the code compliance issue in the north wing, and then we immediately restricted the use of that area and had it fixed over the break.
Yeah, it sounded like most of those classes that we expected to have affected by that were not so much affected by it as much as we thought. So you guys did a really good job at keeping the classes flowing. And
You know what, I just have to thank Mr. Tuvey and Mrs. Hafey and Mrs. Everson and Hildebrandt, the people that actually, Mr. Bolden, that work back there, and there are others, of course, but those are the people that come to mind with respect to that use of that portion. And we just moved the band to the gym, which was not under question.
the
The
auxiliary.
auxiliary gym. And we just used the gym that was formerly part of our old high school, and that was not under question, and we were able to get through it. But I appreciate your kindness in expressing that sentiment, and I hope that they hear this and know that we thank them for how they proceeded.
Yeah, it was very reassuring that the classes were not so affected as much as we expected. Because I thought the gym of all classes and the band would be affected because they had the locker room shut down.
Right. Yeah, but I think it worked out. I mean, everyone rallied to help us, and our custodial staff, I didn't mention at all, Mr. Taylor and all of the people that work here, really organized and moved the equipment, moved it back, and sorted that all out, which was really, really important.
I guess I'll just,
And I think it's Shirley, Janelle, and Mr. Camp, Roy Camp, were the people, and Mr. Taylor, and some others that came over and sort of did that invisibly after you guys were all home.
Mhm.
They came in and moved everything, and moved it back, so that was nice.
Yeah. So it was nice to not really have everything just out of control and.
Yeah, it was well planned,
Yes.
and I appreciate everyone helping with that. What else, Riley, can I help you with?
I think that's it. So I thank you for your time
You're welcome.
this morning, and I think this
And
is.
we
a-
thank Dean, who's behind the camera,
Yes.
for his vigilance and patience as we actually have been through the announcements, and you won't know that because there's going to be an extraordinarily good editing job, I'm sure. Thank you, guys.
Here with Mr. Petrone, the superintendent of our school district, to talk about the closing of the North Wing
Northland, yes.
over Christmas break for structural issues. So, did you visit the building? I know you weren't here at the.
I wasn't here at the time of all of the construction, but actually, interestingly enough, I was here for the completion of the portion of the building that's under question, that was under question. That was done, I believe, check me on this, but 2009, 10 school year, and I joined the district in 2009-10, so they were still completing that portion of the building.
Okay, so, do you know if it was like properly inspected before they allowed children to go into the school?
The inspection that occurs, and actually it's such a wonderful question because right now there's investigations statewide to determine just what inspection requirements should be instituted at the state level in light of not only the issue that we dealt with, but the issue in Meeker and the issue in several other districts in the state. But the inspection that took place at the time was the inspection